We all love that fresh out-of-the-box phone feeling, but as time goes by, even the most powerful devices start showing their age. But how do you know when your trusty smartphone is nearing its end? In this video, we'll be diving into 10 telltale signs that your phone might be on its last legs. We'll explore the symptoms, see if there are any quick fixes, and ultimately determine if it's time for an upgrade or maybe just a trip to the repair shop. Number 1. Okay, let's be real. Battery life is a big one. We've all been there, that dreaded red battery icon glaring back at you in the middle of the day. But when your phone is constantly gasping for power outlets, it might be a sign of a bigger issue. Over time, smartphone batteries degrade, and their capacity to hold a charge diminishes. Yeah, that 100% battery just doesn't hit the same as it used to. A quick way to check your battery health is usually in your phone's settings. You'll often find a battery health percentage there. If it's below 80%, it might be time to consider a battery replacement. Now, replacing a battery is usually way cheaper than buying a whole new phone, so it's definitely worth looking into. But if your phone is ancient and showing other signs of aging, a new device might be the smarter move. Number 2, a little warmth from your phone is normal, especially when you're pushing it hard with gaming or streaming. But if your phone feels like it's about to burn a hole in your pocket, then we've got a problem. This could be a sign of an overworked processor, or you guessed it, a battery on its last legs. Older processors, especially in older phones, aren't as efficient as the new ones, and they tend to heat up more under stress. First things first, check if any apps are going rogue in the background and eating up your resources. Close those out. If it's a constant issue, you might even want to uninstall some of those battery hogging apps. And of course, keep an eye on that battery health. Remember, a phone that's constantly overheating isn't just uncomfortable, it's a sign that something's not right, and it could lead to more serious hardware issues down the line. Number 3, remember when you first got your phone and it was blazing fast? Apps opened in a snap, scrolling was buttery smooth, it was a thing of beauty. But now it's like your phone is stuck in molasses. Opening an email takes an eternity, and don't even get me started on switching between apps. One of the main culprits here is software updates. As phone makers release new versions of their operating systems, those shiny new features often require more processing power, and older phones just can't always keep up. Now, before you throw in the towel, there are a few things you can try. Clearing your app cache can help, and so can a good old-fashioned restart. If things are really bad, a factory reset might be the nuclear option, but honestly, if your phone is struggling to keep up with basic tasks, it might be time to start thinking about an upgrade. Number 4, screen burn-in, also known as image retention, is a real bummer. It's when a faint ghost image of a static element, like a keyboard or a notification bar, gets etched onto your screen. This is more common with OLED screens, and while newer OLEDs have gotten better at mitigating this, it's still a possibility. Dead pixels, those tiny black or discolored dots on your screen, are another sign of an aging display. Now, a few dead pixels here and there might not be a deal breaker, but if they start multiplying like rabbits, it's going to impact your viewing experience. Preventing screen burn-in is all about being mindful of what's displayed on your screen for extended periods. Avoid keeping static images on for too long, and consider using a dark mode theme, which can also save a bit of battery life, by the way. If you've already got screen burn-in, there are apps that claim to help. But honestly, your best bet might be to contact your manufacturer or a repair shop to see about a screen replacement. Number 5. Our phones are extensions of ourselves, and when they stop responding to our touch, it's beyond frustrating. Unresponsive buttons or a touchscreen that's gone haywire are telltale signs of wear and tear. Years of tapping, swiping, and maybe even a few accidental drops can take their toll. Over time, the physical buttons can wear down, and the internal connections might become loose. Similarly, the digitizer, the layer beneath your screen that registers your touch, can get damaged or lose sensitivity. If you're dealing with an unresponsive touchscreen, try recalibrating it in your phone's settings. If it's a software glitch, this might do the trick. However, if it's a hardware issue, like a failing digitizer, you're probably looking at a screen replacement which, depending on the phone, might not be worth it. Number 6, software updates. They can be a blessing and a curse, right? But they're essential for keeping your phone secure and running smoothly. When your phone stops receiving those crucial operating system updates, it's like leaving your front door wide open for any digital threats that come knocking. Think of it like this: each update often includes security patches that fix vulnerabilities hackers could exploit. Without these updates, your phone becomes a sitting duck. Plus, as apps get updated, they're optimized for the latest OS versions. An outdated phone might not be able to run newer apps, or if it can, they might be buggy and crash constantly. So, if your phone is stuck on an older OS version and there's no sign of an update coming anytime soon, it's a clear sign that it's time to start shopping for a new phone. Number 7. The camera is one of the most important features on our phones, and over time, even the most sophisticated camera systems can start to show their age. That once crystal clear lens might become scratched or cloudy, leading to blurry or distorted photos. Plus, the camera sensor itself can degrade over time, resulting in grainy images, especially in low light. Now, before you blame your photography skills, there are a few things you can try. Make sure the lens is clean and free of any smudges or dirt. You'd be surprised how much of a difference a clean lens can make. But, if you've tried everything and your photos are still looking subpar, it might be time to face the music. Upgrading to a newer phone with a better camera system might be the only way to get back to capturing those Instagram-worthy shots. Number 8. Remember that feeling of excitement when you first got your phone and saw all that storage space? It seemed endless, right? But fast forward a few years, and it's a constant battle against the dreaded storage full notification. Older phones often come with limited storage space to begin with, and as our app downloads, photos, and videos pile up, that space fills up fast. Plus, older file systems aren't as efficient as newer ones, which can make managing storage even more of a headache. Now, before you start deleting precious memories, see if there's anything you can offload to the cloud. Cloud storage services can be lifesavers, giving you a place to store your photos, videos, and documents without clogging up your phone's internal storage, and of course, take some time to delete any apps you no longer use. Those forgotten games and rarely used social media apps can take up a surprising amount of space. But if you find yourself constantly battling storage constraints, it might be another sign that it's time for an upgrade. Number 9. In today's hyper-connected world, a phone that can't stay connected is practically useless. If you're constantly struggling with dropped Wi-Fi signals, slow internet speeds, or Bluetooth connections that drop out faster than your patience, your phone's antennas might be to blame. Over time, those tiny antennas that power your wireless connections can become damaged or simply wear out. Years of being jostled around in your pocket or bag can take their toll. Before you toss your phone out the window in frustration, there are a few troubleshooting steps you can try. Sometimes, simply toggling airplane mode on and off can reset your connections and resolve minor glitches. You can also try resetting your network settings, which will erase your saved Wi-Fi passwords and Bluetooth connections, so make sure you have those handy. But if you're dealing with persistent connectivity issues, it might be a sign of a hardware problem, and in those cases, an upgrade is often the most reliable solution. Number 10. Our smartphones are essentially pocket-sized computers, and just like their larger counterparts, they rely on a delicate balance of hardware and software to function properly. When apps start crashing constantly, freezing up, or refusing to open altogether, it's a sign that this delicate balance is out of whack. One of the most common reasons for app crashes is a lack of RAM. RAM, or random access memory, is like your phone's short-term memory. It's where your phone stores data it needs to access quickly. Older phones often have limited RAM, and as apps become more demanding, those limitations become glaringly obvious. Now, before you declare an app-ocalypse, there are a few things you can try. First, try force quitting the offending app and reopening it. If that doesn't work, try uninstalling and reinstalling the app. This can sometimes resolve corruption issues, but if you're constantly battling crashing apps, it's a sign that your phone's hardware might not be able to keep up with the demands of modern apps. So there you have it, 10 telltale signs that your smartphone might be nearing the end of its life. Remember, while some of these issues can be addressed with quick fixes or software tweaks, others might be a sign of deeper hardware problems that are more costly or even impossible to repair. Ultimately, the decision of whether to upgrade or not is a personal one. There's no shame in wanting the latest and greatest tech, but there's also something to be said for squeezing every last drop of life out of your current device. What do you guys think? Have you experienced any of these signs on your own phones? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more tech tips and insights.